Where did I go? Was it my first time traveling alone? And was Russian useful? And did I learn anything? You'll find out the answer to all of these questions in this video. If it's your first time watching, I'd like to ask if you want to subscribe before I start the video, because a lot of you watch the videos but you don't subscribe, and then it's like, how many people are watching my videos compared to the subscribers and all of that, so yeah. So now that you're wondering where I went to Riga, the capital of Latvia. But I didn't only go there, I also went to Lithuania, on a day trip, or I wanted it to be a day trip. But something went wrong, and yeah, I'll explain it later. So I took the bus from the airport to the hostel, and yes, I was going to live with two strangers. And if you're wondering what app I used to get around, because you have to take a bus, it's called Mobile. I'll write it here. And once I got to the hostel room, there was nobody there, so I decided to record a small video, and I'll show you the video right now. Yeah, so now I'm in Latvia. You can see my bed's there. No, I'm sleeping in a room, and there might come people, I have no clue who. And yeah. But it turns out some people here, they talk Russian. I can speak with people in Russian. And if you look here, you will see the sign is in Russian. So it's perfect for practicing Russian coming to Latvia. So yeah, I spent the first day just walking around in the capital, just looking for new things, because I'm in a new country. There might be some cool things I've never tried before. And I found this red electric scooter that you could rent for £0.2 per minute, I think it was. And it went up to 25 kilometers per hour. So I was like, maybe I should try to ride it. And so I did, and I recorded it. There's a picture of the scooter right here, but I'll show you a small clip of me trying to record while driving it, but kind of failing. Then I went to a Norwegian, and I decided to look what they had, because there were so many of them. And this one, I found one of them, and it had 10 baked goods for €3 or pounds. And they were so cheap, and I love baked goods, so I was thinking, maybe I should buy 10 of them. But I can't eat 10 croissants, because then I'll get fat, so yeah, I just looked at it, took a picture, used it, and then I went back to the hostel to meet my roommates, because they had arrived, of course. It was around 8 in the afternoon. One of my roommates were Russian, and the other one was from Azerbaijan. And both of them spoke Russian, to each other, and they didn't really speak a lot of English, so I had to speak Russian with them. And after I met them, I went to bed, and then, yeah, and the next morning I just felt a bit adventurous, you could say. And I wanted a challenge, so I was like, okay, I'll go to Lithuania today. I'll take the bus from Latvia to Lithuania. And the thing is, there was two buses that went per day. One at 12 and one at 4. Oh no, there was a bus leaving from where I was at 10. So I took that bus down to Šiauliai, and then... yeah, the bus is called Flixbus, and it went from Riga to Warsaw, the capital of Poland. And in Šiauliai I went off the bus, and I went around a bit, and I explored, and there were some malls. And I even bought a book, like this one. And yeah, the book was a children's book, of course, and it was just supposed to be a souvenir, because I couldn't find a souvenir store. In Lithuania, even fewer people speak Russian compared to in Latvia. I don't know why. And apparently they also take it as a mandatory subject though, in middle school, I believe. I was told they take it for 3 years, mandatory. In Lithuania and in Latvia. And after exploring Šiauliai, I had to take a bus down to Panevėžys, I think it's pronounced, I don't know. And yeah, there were some things that went wrong. It could have been smooth. Because the app I downloaded to take the bus from Šiauliai to Panevėžys, it didn't show what bus I was supposed to go onto. And it only showed when it was leaving. It didn't even give me a QR code or any kind of confirmation that I bought the ticket. And I found out about all of this about 15 minutes before my bus left, so I was like, yeah, very smooth. So I went to the reception, they only talked Russian, so I had to use the little knowledge I had in order to survive. And yeah, they told me how to download another app, so I tried to download the app, but it didn't work. So then I was lost. It was about 10 minutes till the bus was leaving. And then I just went onto a random bus, asked, does this go to Panzervezis? Or no? And they told me, yeah, it goes to Panzervezis in Russian, because they didn't speak English. Or like, not very well. So we only communicated using Russian. And yeah, they couldn't see the QR code, but they just told me, it's gonna be fine, tapped my shoulder and I just went in, so it was fine. They were nice. And if you're wondering what the shitty app is called, it's called Autobusu Bilietai. Don't trust it. I don't like the app. Maybe I used it wrong or something, but that app, there must be a better alternative. And I decided to be like a cool vlogger and like record a bit of footage you'll see here. Like when I was on the bus and you'll just see like all the fields of farms and all of that. And when I was on the bus, I decided to cancel my Flixbus ticket because it said it was supposed to be, like my bus was supposed to be in the city I was going to take the bus to Riga at 15:40. And the bus I was supposed to take was leaving at 15:30 according to the app, Flixbus app. I don't know if I read the wrong place or something, but it said 15:30, so I cancelled it. And then I came to the bus stop because Google said it was supposed to be there at 16:05, but I didn't trust Google because, yeah, no. But trust Google, okay? That's the mistake I made. I didn't trust Google, but you should definitely do that. So yeah, the bus, like, I go off the bus, and then I'm sitting there waiting for my Flixbus to come, and then it comes, okay? And then I asked them, okay, can I buy a ticket? And guess what? The fucking card terminal doesn't work. It's broken, so I have to take out cash. But so I ran into like a Narvesen, like a very close one. You'll see a picture here. It was like a box, I don't know, like a portable one. And then I asked, can I take out money? And they said, yeah, if you spend around €2, like buy some products. So I was like, okay. So I put them on there, and then guess what? My card declined at that one fucking terminal. So then I ran into another place, like at a, it was supposed to be like a reception for like the tickets, bus tickets. I didn't ask anything because they were closed for 15 minutes, and that's when my bus was leaving. I don't know why, but they just closed like random intervals throughout the day, so I couldn't do anything. I just had to sit and wait for my bus to leave. And so I thought, but then I ran into another store and asked them, oh, can I take out cash? And he said, no English. And I had no idea what fucking cash was, or how to say it in Russian. So that was my bottleneck that day, because I had to ask so many people for that, and they were like, no English. And it's something with L, I remember that. I'll put the word here so you'll see it. And so when I went into that other store, I had to like translate, and then I showed it to him, and he was like, no. And I was like, what? What do you mean? So I went out of that store, and then I see the bus driver. He's about to start like driving. He drives, and he goes like this, and I'm here. And then, guess what? He's just looking at me, and I'm like, and he's like, oh. And then I'm like, oh, I wish I could take the bus. So yeah, that day I had to buy a hostel at like Panzervezis, or what the fuck? I don't know how to say that. And yeah, it was like a 8-man dorms, so 8 people could sleep in that room. But there were only like 3 people. One of them came while I was sleeping. Like at 10 I fell asleep. And then I woke up at like 1 AM because the guy next to me was snoring. And I look ahead and I see like there's a new guy. And then I fall asleep. And he's gone when I wake up again at 9 or something. So I'm like, okay. He just disappeared. But yeah, the hostel I went to was very nice, and then I went and ate some breakfast and prepared to go back to Riga. And that was so nice going back to Riga, I remember. I finally had my case with things, because I only wore a backpack while going to Lithuania, because I didn't think I'd stay there for a day. But I did. So the next few days were quite normal. I went to the National Library, as you'll see here, and yeah, it was pretty big and pretty nice. I like that library because it's huge and it has a lot of Russian books, like 30% or something. Some rooms were only in Lithuanian, but most of them had Russian somewhere. So to sum it up, I went to Riga, Šiauliai, and Panevėžys this week, and I got to speak a lot of Russian. I didn't think I'd be speaking that much Russian, but I had to because my roommate barely spoke any English, both of them. So I had to use Russian, and yeah, because there was a kitchen upstairs as well. A lot of Azerbaijan people, but they only spoke Russian or Azerbaijan, no English. So when I was communicating with them, it was yeah, we only spoke Russian, and there was a lot of miscommunication from my end because I couldn't understand what they were saying fully. So basically every day when we went to the kitchen to make some food, my roommate would make the food. I'd just stand there. I wouldn't understand anything. He told me something, I'd be like, and then I'd try to translate it, and I'd be like, well, too late. So yeah, there was also some Ukrainians, and when you try to explain that you're learning Russian to them, just say you have a Russian family. Don't say you're interested in Russia, or that it's a useful language. They won't care, most of them. Just say you have Russian family, even though you don't, but it makes they'll understand why you're learning it, instead of them just getting mad. Because some Ukrainians got really mad at me for learning Russian. So, yeah. And, yeah, the Russian language is pretty widespread, especially in Riga. Yeah. Amongst all the people, about everyone spoke Russian in Riga. I didn't encounter one old person that didn't speak Russian. But I encountered one younger person, around 20 I think, at Narvesen, and she didn't speak Russian, but she spoke English, but I defaulted to Russian. So I asked them, can I buy a hot dog? And they said, no Russian. And then a guy came in and he spoke Russian, and then he realised I didn't speak Russian that well. And I was like, but it went well, they didn't care, so who cares? I got the hot dog. And the young people speak English very well, so I think you can just go to these countries speaking English. It's not necessary with Russian. And if you need it, just translate. But it's a very nice thing to do if you want to learn the language. And yeah, that was it. That was my trip to Lithuania. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to subscribe and like the video, please. Bye.